I chose to nominate Linda and Richard for the Spark Award because of their inclusive nature. They're a true partnership, and if you actually get to meet them, you'll understand that instantly. They have great rapport with everyone from wee little ones to older people in the community. And I just think that they are an example of how you can touch a market in your association, in your community, that may not be the norm. They're very inclusive and they're a great couple.
Probably the first thing that we started to get involved with is more Linda became interested in doing these Faces of Renfrew features of some of the community members because there was a changeover in the editorship of the community newsletter, and the new editor wanted to change the sort of content, and Linda was really enthusiastic about writing short, brief features of just these different personalities that she met in the community. And as she was working on that, this is where we learned about the talk about the mural that they wanted to do in the Tiny Tot co-op play group. So we started to negotiate with the Rich, who was the head of the Tiny Tots group, and figured out that we were going to host a couple of sessions with some of the preschoolers and allow them to paint and to use those images as the basis for the eventual mural. So in the two painting sessions, we had just dozens and dozens of these children's paintings produced, which are great, and we've been starting to scan and photograph those and integrate those into a bit of a design for that's going to be on the outside of the Tiny Tot building. We're hoping early in the spring next year.
Some of the things we've been involved in the Renfrew community have been usually artistic, because that's what both of us do. And we got involved for different reasons, but almost to be challenged by some people to say, well, why don't you get involved and do something? So we did, and I started by writing for the community newsletter. So what I do is I go out to some of the longtime residents in this community, and I interview them and write a feature on them for the newsletter with a photograph. So it's been really wonderful, and also wonderful just meeting so many more people. And then the other thing that we did, we were asked if we would do some Stampede stands so people could get their photographs taken at Stampede. And Richard designed the one for the kids. He wanted one that kids could use so that they could crouch down and have a little bit of fun, because often they're made for adults. And then I designed the one for adults, and we set them up just before the community Stampede party, and people got to line up and get their photographs taken in it. So it was another way that we could just take our painting skills and do something that was really fun, and fun for people that actually got to use them too. I think volunteering is important because so many organizations run on volunteers. They actually couldn't survive if people didn't jump in and volunteer. So it is really important, and it's hard to make the time sometimes, but when you do make the time, you meet great people, and you actually have a lot of fun. You get to know people in your neighborhood or whatever community you become involved in. You open up your circle, but you also feel like you're contributing something. And really, Richard and I are just a small portion of people that are volunteering in this community, just a tiny wedge, and it just wouldn't operate if people didn't spend a little bit of time offering to help.
Richard and Linda have impacted the Community Association through getting more of their neighbors and friends to actually participate actively in the Renfrew Community Association, either being on boards or volunteering their time, and just in general having lasting impressions, like their photo stands, for example, from Stampede, that will be here now for generations to come.